Hi, this is Kim.
This is Andy.
We're going to read from the Urantia book. Okay, first we're going to read a little bit from Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. Okay, and this is by Andrew Harvey, inspired by Isaac of Nineveh. Isaac of Nineveh was, um, he was a 7th century Christian bishop and theologian. Okay, so he wrote about Christian asceticism. He lived from 613 to 700. All right. Okay, so Isaac of Nineveh. Do you want to
Sure.
take that, Andrew? October
17.
October 17.
Sanctify me, O Holy Spirit, so that even when I am eating, drinking, or sleeping, the fragrance of prayer is spontaneously exhaled by my soul. Make my heart as boundlessly merciful as yours, embracing all beings in the world in a cosmic charity, a limitless hope even for the evil, even for the demons and the snakes. Transform me so utterly that all who come into my presence, human or animal, may know the mysterious peace of your love. Wow, that's deep.
Right. So by praying, I'm exuding this fragrance, my soul's fragrance, so that transform me so that all of this in my heart will embrace all the beings, even the evil ones.
A light unto the world.
Yeah. Well, there comes a point where you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself too from these nefarious beings and their intense whatever. But you know, when you get to a certain level of spiritual achievement, it's not that hard because you recognize those things. You can begin to recognize when somebody is, being a what Andy calls an energy vampire. Okay, and then when you see it, you can choose, how to deal with that person. You realize that you have the power, you control it. You can give to that person if you want to. You can, or you can shun them, or you can, but you can see them, and you can judge that all appropriately, all accordingly. Okay, and you know what? And if you got something to learn, you can make a mistake, a small mistake, and you'll learn. I mean, if I'm wrong, God teach me, right?
Right.
So then I don't have a need to be afraid of even the yuckiest people. I don't need to be afraid of them because I can see them, and I can be guided on how to deal with them
Right.
the best way. Yep. Some people, if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know how, leave them alone. Just go the other way. That's probably the best way. You don't have to be involved in something that's going to bring you down.
Shake the dust off your sandals.
Shake the dust off your sandals. Okay, so we are on paper 22, the Trinitized Sons. Okay, I'll go here. We're on section 4, those without name and number. And these people are ascended mortals. That's a little bit on that page. Ascended mortal beings. So what's interesting is this could be us. If we're chosen to be one of these, if our performance is high enough, I think to be one of these. I like that the mighty messengers. I was reading these here. Mighty messengers, I feel like, are kind of like cosmic spies because they observe everything and transmit information back to Uversa, to the capital, and to, so that it keeps the the super universe government informed of what's going on out here. I like that. They're like CIA agents, right, out there in the field. And high in authority are those that are like, those are kind of like cops that it says in here that you can get a citation for making a faulty judgment. Like a little citation. Right? God, teach me if I'm wrong. Right? Okay. So so they're kind of like cops and you know, government, little government, like mayors, administrators, and executors of justice, right? And we're finding out about those without name and number. Okay, those without name and number constitute the third and last group of the Trinitized sons of attainment. They are the ascendant souls who have developed the ability to worship beyond the skill of all the sons and daughters of the evolutionary races from the worlds of time and space. They have acquired a spiritual concept of the eternal purpose of the universal Father, which comparatively transcends the comprehension of the evolutionary creatures of name and or number. Therefore, are they denominated those without name and number. More strictly translated, their name would be those above name and number. Now, that's really interesting. When you think about worshiping God, I usually don't associate that with skill. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's not that much to say, okay, thank you, God, and all of the creation is so magnificent, and to just observe that. But these are able to worship beyond regular with skillfully worship. Okay, how do you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. This order of sons is embraced by the Paradise Trinity in groups of 7,000. There are of record on Uversa over 100 million of these sons commissioned in Arvanten. Okay, so these are okay, and these guys here, so it's like they have classes that come together, and once you reach a certain group, like these are like 700,000. A class is 700,000 mighty messengers, 70,000 high in authority, and 7,000 without name and number. And then so they're grouped together in these classes, and when when all of them come together in Havona, then they'll dub this class, or like initiate this class of beings into formal service, and then they'll be dispatched to serve the super universe governments.
When I was in flight training, I was in class 7107. I get it.
Okay. Right? Okay. Since 7,000. Yep. So there's 100 million commissioned in Arvanten. Since those without name and number are the superior spiritual minds of the survival races, they are especially qualified to sit in judgment and to render opinions when a spiritual viewpoint is desirable. And when experience in the ascendant career is essential to an adequate comprehension of the questions involved in the problems to be adjudicated. Wow, so these are spiritual minds. So these are your judges on small affairs, right? On the larger affairs, you have the magisterial sons, and lastly, the ancients of days.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a level to the court. So these are adjudicators to render opinions when a spiritual viewpoint is desirable and when experience in the ascendant career is essential to an adequate comprehension of the questions involved in the problem to be adjudicated. They are the supreme jurors of Orvantin. A maladministered jury system may be more or less of a travesty of justice on some worlds. But on Uversa and its extension tribunals, we employ the highest type of evolved spiritual mentality as juror judges. So adjudication is the highest function of any government. And those who are entrusted with verdict rendering should be chosen from the highest and most noble types of the most experienced and understanding individuals. How about that? So we don't think about, okay, in our government, okay, what's the most powerful branch of government?
They're supposed to be equal.
They're supposed to be equal, but in practice, the executive,
Mm-hmm.
the president.
Today, more than in the past, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although the judicial does have the last word.
You know what? That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You want to go here?
The selection of candidates for the trinitization classes of mighty messengers, those high in authority and those without name and number, is inherent and automatic. The selective techniques of paradise are not in any sense arbitrary. Personal experience and spiritual values determine the personnel of the trinitized sons of attainment. Such beings are equal in authority and uniform in administrative status, but they all possess individuality and diverse characters. They are not standardized beings. All are characteristically different depending on the differentials of their ascendant careers. In addition to those experiential qualifications, the trinitized sons of attainment have been trinitized in the divine embrace of the paradise deities. Consequently, they function as the coordinate associates of the stationary sons of the Trinity. For the Trinity embrace does not seem to precipitate out of the stream of future time many of the unrealized potentials of creature beings.
Okay, let's look at that again. The Trinity embrace does seem to precipitate out of the stream of future time many of the unrealized potentials of creature beings. So this trinitized embrace here will help you realize new potentials that you didn't know that you had. But yeah, okay, keep going. But this
group of sons is chiefly.
This is true concerning only that which pertains to the present universe age.
This group of sons is chiefly, but not wholly, concerned with the services of the ascendant career of the time-space mortals. If the viewpoint of a mortal creature is ever in doubt, the question is settled by appeal to an ascendant commission consisting of a mighty messenger, one high in authority, and one without name and number. You mortals who read this message may yourselves ascend to the paradise, attain the Trinity embrace, and in remote future ages be attached to the service of the Ancients of Days in one of the 7 super-universes, and sometime be assigned to enlarge the revelation of truth to some evolving inhabited planet, even as I am now functioning on Urantia. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
Whew. It's hard to comprehend, but it's wow. Someday we could be in these positions for a future inhabited world as they evolve.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the core of finality is a great thing to be a finaliter, and those are so they don't really know the purpose of the core of finality. But if you're one of these classes, you're taken from the core of the finality, right? And pledge to these services here, which is really, it's a great thing. I feel like it's a great thing.
Mhm.
I don't know. I could not be a cop. I could not be a high in authority. Nope. But the other two, I could be, especially I like the mighty messenger. That sounds really, really cool, really adventurous. So they're kind of like in like psychotherapists slash spies,
Hmm.
right?
Wow.
So they're trying to squeeze the rebellion out of the hearts and minds of people here without giving away their position here, and yeah. That's the servants to the, because this is a secret embrace. I like that what I like. This is really, I know we don't have any time, but this is really good here that we don't have any time. We got to go to church. So, okay, my hair is awful today, but you know what? It's God doesn't worry about my hair at all. He doesn't even think about my hair. No. So it's all right.
It's all right.
All right. So we're going to say goodbye and see you next time.
Okay.
Okay. Love you.
Love you. Have a great day.
Okay. Bye.